Welcome to the annual Volunteer Award, celebrating our wonderful Volunteer Award winners here today. Before we begin, I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respects to elders past, present and future. I would like to extend that respect to elders of other communities who may be here today. Joining us today are some special guests. I'd like to welcome the Federal Member for Dunkley, Peter Murphy, Member for Frankston, Paul Edbrook. Thank you for your ongoing support of Frankston City and sharing in this important occasion with us. Member for South Eastern Metropolitan, Lee Talamis, would like to pass on his apologies and passes on his best wishes for the event, and congratulations to all the amazing recipients who have played an amazing role in these challenging times. Also joining us today are Mayor BOLAM, Frankston City Councillor CEO Phil Cantalon, Community Strengthening Manager Tim Berra. Thank you to our special guests joining us today. I now hand over to Mayor BOLAM to present the Volunteer Awards.
This is another example of us adapting and overcoming, doing this event online. It'd be great to be doing this in person and to have a room full of people, but the reality of the situation is until we get out of lockdown, this is a reality. So I want to thank you all for joining us today. It does take the specialness out of it somewhat, but I'm sure once we get out of lockdown, we can do some photo opportunities and make a real good song and dance out of it. But I want to thank the officers for making this a reality. It really is impossible to put a human value on the contribution of volunteers in Frankston City. But I'm truly pleased to see leaders of our community joining us today because we understand that it is crucial to acknowledge the good work that our volunteers do. Before the pandemic, we know that a remarkable 17,000 volunteers were active here in Frankston, giving more than 2 million hours of their time every year. And if you put that into a cost figure, you just couldn't put a cost on it. Key council programs have benefited from the work of 436 people who have given up around 55,800 hours of their time to help others. As we continue to build strength in our community during the recovery phase, we'll be wanting those volunteers by our side and hopefully returning to volunteerism. I'm honoured today to express gratitude on behalf of Frankston City, but also to introduce some of the people who will inspire others to take on a volunteer role or to pay it forward in a meaningful way. The people we recognise today have acted on their beliefs in a very real and practicable way, committing themselves to support others in need over a long period of time. I'd now like to introduce you to our 5 winners. For service to community, the award goes to Guru Glenn Cooper, better known as Guru Glenn. Congratulations, Glenn.
Thank you.
Virtual clap. Glenn has supported those dealing with the challenges of mental health and disability to feel more connected to their lives and the community for many years. It has given me and the council great pleasure to see people taking part in his program. It's the thing about fishing when restrictions allow. Their lines are in the water and their minds are in a better place because of Glenn. His influence on those around him also encouraged activism through his projects such as Young People with a Purpose that you will hear about next. Thanks, Glenn. I'd ask if you want to say a few words. I shouldn't even ask, so I'll hand over to you, Glenn.
Thank you. I'm honoured for this award. Mate, to me, it's still just a piece of paper because I still keep doing what I do. And mate, it's just great to actually have a part of Frankston, right, for what we do and now what I put into it. So I thank you, Mayor KRIS, right, and the people who are actually nominating me for this award. So yeah, and I'll keep servicing our community.
You're a legend. Thanks, Guru. We'll now move on to the next award for teamwork. And I'm very honoured to give this award to Hannah SWINNERTON. Now, Hannah has been a long-time advocate for young people in Frankston, and saw a need to respond to the social isolation that many are experiencing as a result of COVID-19. So what I really appreciated about Hannah is that she acknowledged from the very beginning that social isolation had been occurring well before COVID-19, although COVID-19 had made the situation a lot worse. Along with a group of friends, she created a closed Facebook page called Young People with a Purpose that allows members to stay connected with others and share their experiences in a safe environment. The page also raises awareness of support services and how to engage with them during lockdown, using guidance from those maintaining the Frankston Community Connect site, including Glenn. Hannah's work with others has brought individuals together around a purpose and given them a comfortable way to access supports that may have seemed out of their reach otherwise. Thank you very much, Hannah. Did you want to say a few words?
Thank you. I just want to say thank you. And I just wanted to express how much this award means to me and the team and Glenn. I would like to say thank you to Glenn. He's been a massive support for me and everyone else, and Josh, Jess, Katie, and the people that have supported us throughout our fortnightly Zoom meetings, youth forums, plus everyone in the community supporting us and making this happen. Thank you.
Good on you, Hannah. You're a legend. Hannah and Glenn, the work that you both do is amazing, and please keep doing it. We need you, and the city definitely needs you at this time. So thank you both so much. For the next award, Leadership, this award goes to Andrew Mayling. Congratulations, Andrew. Andrew is the driving force behind the Pines Men's Shed that has provided a welcoming community and purposeful activities for men in Frankston City for the past decade. The skills and craftsmanship that have developed within this group have been put to good use in the Frankston community and can be seen in the Pines Community Gardens and some of our parks. Behind the scenes, the well-being and mental health of those in the group is integral to everyone that is created under Andrew's leadership, and everything, I should say. With COVID-19 restrictions interrupting activities, Andrew has been instrumental in staying in touch with members to ensure the values espoused by the program are still front and centre. Andrew, thank you for all that you do. Did you want to say a few words?
I feel humbled to receive this award, but it would not be possible without strong support from the committee and the members of our shed. The Pines Med Shed is set up predominantly to support men's health, to assist our members from social isolation, and to give them a purpose in life. It also consists of friendship, camaraderie, which are promoted daily within our community. But mainly, I would like to thank Frankston City Council for their ongoing support, both financially and the backing of the men's shed, and in particular, extra guidance and advice from Ken Lediker, the Community's Liaison Officer.
Thank you very much, Andrew. I was just saying that the council's recently stepped up for some upgrades at the shed, so hopefully they can happen very soon. But well done for all the work that you've done.
Thank you.
No worries. Thanks, Andrew. Now, for the next award, this falls under the initiative category, and this award goes to Anne Clare. Congratulations, Anne. Anne is not only a hardworking volunteer, she is also someone who has enabled other volunteers to connect with agencies in Frankston City that keenly need them. Working with impact volunteering, Anne has shown herself to be resilient and adaptable in meeting the challenges that COVID-19 has posed. She has refreshed the processes needed to connect volunteers and agencies. She has also shifted the focus of volunteers no longer permitted to do face-to-face work. And I believe that there are many in nursing homes, for example, who have been introduced to iPads and now enjoying video calls. It is a credit to you, Anne, that you were nominated externally for this award. So well done, Anne. Did you want to say a few words?
Thank you. Yes, I would. I just wanted to say thank you very much for this award. I am really honoured to be amongst this wonderful group of people. I'm fairly new to volunteering, so when COVID hit, I'd only been volunteering for about 8 months. So when COVID hit, it was quite literally, we hit the ground running and just changed the way we worked. So thank you. I'd like to thank Sue Dunn and the team at Impact, because they're a wonderful team to work for. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and please keep up the work. As I said to Hannah and Glenn and Andrew, we definitely need you. So we'd love to see you keep contributing. Thank you very much. Finally, it is my pleasure to present an award and a donation of $1,000 to an outstanding volunteer organisation. And I'm very proud to say that the award and the donation goes to the community group Local to Community. Congratulations. The Local to Community organisation has had an extraordinary influence in the Frankston North community. With demand, they increased their service from 1 day a week to 5, providing food and social connections to vulnerable residents. And I've got to say, this is truly inspirational and a truly inspirational group run by Locals for Locals. And I commend their plans to expand, including those to open a cafe run by NDIS participants. And I understand this $1,000 will be put towards a Christmas donation fund for Frankston North families. I believe Alicia Boyle is here today. Alicia, did you want to say a few words?
Yes, I will. Thank you. And Rebecca is here. I don't know whether you can see her as well. Rebecca is actually the founder that was opened the Local 2 years ago today. So we're celebrating our second birthday today also. The Local is overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive this award. We are so honoured to have our work recognised in this way by Sue and Frankston City Council and Impact Volunteering. Many, many days went into setting up a food bank in Frankston North, and it means so much to me that the work I am so passionate about also resonates with others. This accomplishment is not something that the Local did alone. There are many others who deserve to share in this award. I would like to thank Candice, Don, Leanne, Ali, Cassie, and our food bank volunteers for leading food bank, and also Tia and Nick. Thank you also to Rebecca Olver, who has personally mentored myself and provided inspiration to continue food bank throughout lockdown. Local will continue their efforts in Frankston North and look forward to bringing positive changes in the community service field and creating innovative solutions for many years to come. We are very humbled and appreciative. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alicia. That was lovely. Rebecca, did you want to say any words?
Yeah, look, you know, we are celebrating 2 years, and I just want to thank Frankston City Council and Impact Volunteer for recognising us, and also Paul and Peter have been fans of ours and have popped in and had some good chats with us as well. You know, we're just really appreciative of the recognition, I think, because not that we look for recognition, but it's good to just sit in that and be thankful for that. You know, this year in particular, we've helped 1,800 people just through our food bank alone. And yeah, and we just love serving this community, and we love Frankston North, and we've got a lot more plans for mentoring in the next year or so after lockdown. So yeah, really appreciative, and couldn't do it without our volunteers. And at this stage, we've got 21 consistent regular volunteers, and we're building that. We've got quite a few students as well that are studying that come by our way as well, and we're just really passionate about the people, and the people love us and we love the people. So thank you.
No worries. Thank you both, Alicia and Rebecca.
Chris.
No worries. And I know Peter's been pressuring me recently to find more money for you guys. So
yes, please. Lots of plans.
Yeah, she's on the case.
Thanks, Peter.
Just before we finish up, and Peter may be going back and forth as is Paul. Peter or Paul, do you have anything you might like to say?
Thank you, Chris. That's a lovely opportunity. I'm glad Rebecca's also in the car, so I'm not the only person zooming in from the car. All I want to say is, you know, I am so proud to know all of you, and I'm so proud of the work that you've all done for the community. And as Rebecca said, and I know this about each and every one of you, none of you have done it for the credit. That you've all done it for love of community. And the pandemic has been really horrible in so many ways, and has cause need, but as identified need. But I tell you, the really positive thing to come out of the pandemic is actually how strong our community is and how many people are there to help each other. And you all epitomise that. So you're all legends. And thank you, Frankston City Council, for doing this and for doing it. Chris, I'm so pleased that you could do it via Zoom while you're the mayor. And thank you for all the work you've done to support these local groups.
No worries. We've all done it together, Peter, all 3 tiers, and I think that's something to be proud of. Paul, are you available, or are you busy debating legislation?
I've got a break. Thanks, Chris. Can I thank Frankston Council first of all for their efforts today, and obviously yourself, Chris. You do a bloody fantastic job. I'll keep it really short because Peter is very eloquent in her words, and I think was pretty succinct in that. I think I've met every one of you who's received an award today, and I think you've really built up a new stereotype for Frankston. I think over the last couple of years, where Frankston, the Frankston community and Frankston volunteers punch well above their weight in how we keep our community together and how we rise to the occasion and adapt and overcome when it comes to something like COVID. But even prior to COVID, you know, when we had people coming on a ship into Western Port from fire-prone areas on the border there, the amount of people that just came to us and said, how do we help? And yeah, it's quite an amazing thing. And I think maybe we don't realise sometimes how unique our community is and how tight-knit our community is until we have these really trying times, like COVID. So congratulations to each and every one of you. There's no more deserving people than you today for these awards, and keep up the great work.
Thank you, Paul, and thanks, Peter. And I'm sorry to put you both on notice, but you both spoke from the heart. It was wonderful. So what will happen from here on, and Tim and Sue will probably pulling their hair out as I'm saying this, once we get out of lockdown, it'd be great to actually have a bit of have a reception, bring you in and have some morning tea and get some photos. I'd love to do that, and I think you definitely deserve it. I know, Glenn, you don't like photos and all that stuff, but you know, as Peter said, it's about leading by example. And as volunteers, I think you're shining examples, and it'd be lovely to highlight the work that you do. So we'll make that happen when we get out of lockdown. Nudge, nudge, Paul. Look, thank you all so much, from Phil to Jill to Tim to Sue to the Frankston City Council staff. Thank you for organising today, and to our members of Parliament, and most importantly, our volunteers. Keep up the great work. Thank you, everyone.